boys and girls, I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the...
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Ready.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Rams, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And it's second down. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. There's Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And, partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2nd and 9 now. That's Corey finds Danny Gray. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. But he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And his kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
At their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Looking now, and that's complete. The 30. 10. Touchdown, LA. Well, Charles, kind of the future of his franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could it be like we were in the owner's box right now, and we could look at the and see the lens on their faces to see present, making plays, and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
First down, 49ers.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, 49ers 3.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Forced out to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And this one's right through, making it 14 for the ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, the answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to put it over his head as this game progresses.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Spins away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I looked at repeat that Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to end the lead. Extra point by Gaines. Good. It's a 19-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this one is incomplete.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Rams will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. We'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Finding space at the 40. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught left side by Hardman. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. This is caught. And he'll get it into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Cooper Kupp in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Gale is up and good. That's right here in this first half. 4 seconds all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Now those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well, so where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receiver...
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the 49ers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll set up to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And some room to maneuver. He's going to have the first down and then some. A big play there for LA. 42 yards. Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Touchdown, Rams! Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Gaines. Up and good. Up to 26. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Rams will take over here at their own 12-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Going right back to Akers. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel. 64 yards. And the Niners are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
49ers 16.
The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now a give. Akers running left. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Man, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And now here's another interception.
And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. It's brought in by Harris. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 23 yards, the final tally.
They give up the middle to Akers.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. You got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
They'll go again here with Akers.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Looking to throw. That's to his running back, complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now, there was a time when I would have been upset at teams throwing the ball with a big lead late, but I've evolved a little bit. I've come around. Ultimately, they're looking for first downs, and if they think the air is the best place to do it, then so be it. In addition, you probably got a quarterback gets a nice bonus if he keeps completing passes. So they want to keep throwing the football? Fine by me.
First half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird jewelry. I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off them fabricate streams and the microwave memes. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols. Take off the runway. Take off the Cairo.